You can always pause this to read it. Please take the time to subscribe to all these channels. They're really great channels. You'll learn a lot. I just get tired of typing all this stuff all the time, and that's why I'm recording it. Hey everybody, it's Mark again, and this is going to be a quick video. Older clocks, and even vintage clocks, as time goes on, these hooks will go up into the case of the clock, stopping the weight from coming down. And the easiest fix for that is to buy these key rings. Now these key rings are nice and shiny. And I have this Black Forest picture clock that I'm going to put some on because I don't like the way the ring goes all the way up to the... I don't like the way the ring, the hook, goes all the way up to the top. Because after a while... like I said, they'll go inside. Now this is not going to do it because of the way it's designed, but your typical hook will go inside those holes. So purchase yourself some key rings like this, and these things only cost like 50 cents a piece, or take them off your key rings. Then, using a blowtorch, heat them up. And this might take 1 or 2 times to do it. Heat them up to a cherry red and quench them off. And that will take away that brand new, shiny look. You see that? That's a cherry red. Now I'm going to go quench it off. Do you see the difference? This is only one time. I'm going to do it another time, and I'm going to keep on doing it until I'm happy with the color. And that way, it doesn't look brand new looking. And it helps if you put the key ring at the end of the blue flame because it'll heat up faster. You see the difference? Let me take you into a different area. Brand new looking, heated up. So I'm okay with that. So now I need to do the same thing to that. So stand by, let me do this one, and then I'm going to hook them to the chains. Now they make different size key rings, so you can get smaller ones if you want, but I want my weights to hang down a little bit from the case, especially on some clocks. If you remember the PHS clock that I worked on, the housing around the clock, you couldn't hardly see where the weights would hook to. So that's why I added key rings to that clock, and the clock wasn't even mine. But if you take this clock right here, for example, this clock here is an 1830s shield clock. The hook will go all the way up into that hole. And if you wind it up too much, it could get stuck up in the case, preventing your clock from working. So that's why I suggest adding key rings. And I just bought all these key rings, and I'm going to add key rings to a few of my clocks. If you take this Smeckenbecker, what I call 3D carving type clock, you see where the weights are? You can't even see the end of the weights. And so it would be hard to connect the weights to the hooks. Same way with any of these clocks, really. With the weight going all the way up in there, it's kind of hard to see especially if you wind it all the way up, it's kind of hard to see that hook. So it's easier to add the key rings. That way you have a little bit of space, especially if you move your clocks from one room to the other room all the time. You should take the weights off. And you have to, if you don't pull the chains all the way up, your chain can come off the ratchet wheel. Having those key rings allows you to easily put the weights on. Yeah, it's going to take away some of the time frame that the clock is going to work, but I don't care. 8-day clocks you have to wind about every 7 days. Rack and snail clocks, such as this Smeckenbecker clock, they only last for about 22 hours. I don't care what anybody says, you have to wind them twice a day with the standard 72-inch chain on them. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget, look in the description of this video, and you will find links to all the channels that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, so you can easily subscribe to them. May God bless each and every one of you.